97.9 The Box. This is DJ Eric, one part of the Big Tho and Eric show. Right now, you're tuned in to Tea with Monroe. Ooh, sex, love, scandal, harassment. Oh, you get the tea right now. Tea with Monroe podcast. You're officially tuned in.
I had the best hubby ever.
Yeah.
This is Monroe Bishop. Hello?
What are you doing?
We're recording.
No, we not.
Yes, we are. What are you doing? Oh, my God.
Well, this is Larry White.
Damn. It's another episode of Tea with Monroe, everybody. I don't know what has gotten into him tonight, but he is really, really off. What is that?
I didn't know you was recording.
I'm going to start doing sneak attacks like that more often because, yeah. So you could be on your A game. How about that?
How about that?
Anyway, so a lot has gone on these past few weeks. And once again, we'll get into that later. Right now, I just want to go ahead and just cover a few announcements so that we're all on the same page. And as time goes on, I would gladly give you guys updates on what's been going on with Monroe and why I'm moving so slow. Okay?
Okay. I guess
Okay.
You're looking at me.
But I definitely want to thank everybody who continue to rock with us, who've been so supportive, who's been supportive in the group, keeping things going while I have been taking a little personal hiatus, dealing with some personal issues with family. So definitely want to thank everybody for your continued support. Also, definitely subscribe to my Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher Radio, and also to the Facebook podcast as well. They have that option out there. Yeah. What was I? Anyway, so I just want to say really, really quick, I'm super, 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 super excited because my 1-year podversary is coming up. Aren't you excited, honey?
Yes, I am. Very excited.
What's a podversary?
When you do your podcast for the first time.
So I am celebrating the anniversary of my first podcast. Is that
Correct.
what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to be sure because you confused me a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, so my podversary is coming up on March 13th, which is
I'm confusing you, but as you call them the podcast.
Shut up. So anyway, so I launched my first podcast on March 13th, which, by the way, is my birthday. So it's kind of like a dual celebration. And to celebrate my podversary, I want to do a giveaway. I want to reward the fans for supporting, for just being a part of this journey, making this thing great, keeping my dream alive, my hope alive. So I just want to do a little giveaway. What you think?
Okay.
Okay. So if you haven't already, in order to be a part of the giveaway, you definitely need to go ahead and be a part of my Facebook group called Tea with Monroe Podcast. It is a secret group because we have some very, very scandalous conversations going on in there. So I have to look at that to see if they can even find the group. I got to look it up. Facebook is so weird with their algorithms and the way that things are set up. So yes, in order to be a part of the giveaway, you have to be in the group because you have to add one of the first things to be entered into the drawing. But first of all, let me back up. I'm talking too fast and I'm moving too fast. The giveaway consists of a chance to win
$1,000. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
live. A chance to win one of 3 items: a Visa gift card, a $50 Visa gift card, a $25 Visa gift card, or a one-of-a-kind Tea with Monroe t-shirt. Yes. So exciting.
What?
Yeah. Lady sick. Anyway, so in order to put your name in the drawing and you can submit your name, you can actually participate in the drawing more than one time, multiple times if you like, to get your names put in there several times to increase your options of winning. First, you have to be a part of Tea with Monroe podcast group. You have to invite 10 people. Now, I need 10 good people. 10 people who are, how do you want to describe? Because the group is so diverse. So we want to make sure we get the right people. You can't be inviting your grandma if your grandma ain't cool like that. You know what I'm saying? She has to be cool like that, be willing to, get down. To talk, have an open mind, not be offended. She can't be attacking people. She can't be petty.
Yeah, see, I'm not a talker, but I'm a watch. I'll just be like, ooh.
Yeah, she can watch, but I prefer if she participates. She could actually put stuff in the group, but she definitely can't come in there Bible thumping. We love a good prayer. We love it.
Wait a minute now.
What?
We can't exclude. Sinners don't want to be excluded.
Listen, you the one that had me remove church people. Remember?
Well, that is offensive to them.
How do you know?
Because I'm a church person.
So we're offensive to you in the group?
It's not offensive because I know it's your group.
Right.
But if you add me to a group and it's something that's not my conversation, and all of a sudden it's just popping up on my screen all the time and it's tagging me, it's notifying me, I'm going to be a little irritated with you. Like,
well, that's different than being offensive. Now, because some of the stuff that is posted in the group, if you have a very thin, judgmental skin, you will be offended.
It's just that if you add somebody to the group, it needs to be somebody that is like have a sense of humor that is
open to conversation.
Right, open to conversation. And they not
respectful conversation.
Right. And they are not they would not be offended.
Right.
If something came across their screen or it's crazy, like the stuff y'all put in this group, I just be like, what did they just say?
And what do? You just keep scrolling. Yeah, you got to keep scrolling now. And you can't have your grandmama in the group reporting me to Facebook either, okay? So just be mindful of who you invite into the group and their temperament and the things that they're able to handle. You know your people better than I do. So you invite 10 people to the podcast group. And also, I would definitely need a screenshot of that. And also, you would need to subscribe to Tea with Monroe, the podcast, on Apple Podcasts, and also rate and review my podcast, or follow me on SoundCloud, and leave a comment, leave a cute little comment for whatever episode you listen to, or whatever episode title that is intriguing to you. Yeah, and just send me a little screenshot to my messenger or to my email at teawithmonroe@gmail.com, and I will enter your name into a drawing. Also, just to make this interesting, you can also instant message your information to Larry White on Facebook. Is that okay?
I don't care. I just hope I get it to you.
You better get it to me.
I will.
Yeah, just make sure you give it to me so I can enter them in the drawing. And the drawing is going to be live on Facebook in my group on my birthday, March 13th. Okay? Okay. So hopefully everybody got that. And I definitely will be posting it on my social media, which is Instagram under Monroe Bishop, Twitter, and Facebook, and probably on Google+. I mean, I really don't get a lot of traction on Google+, so I'm just going to humor the 2 people that do like my thing and put it out there that they may be winners. I don't know. But anyway, so it's a chance for everybody to celebrate. And just because you guys are winning a prize doesn't mean you can't buy me a gift. Okay? So my birthday is March 13th, and I do accept gifts. All right, let's get into it, because my first thought was to have this as a mini pod, which I've been trying to do more of just for the sake of time and just to get some good conversation out there. But sometimes I don't always meet that. But if we do tonight, good. If not, that's good also, because we got some great things to talk about. All right. So 2018 is the year of the Black superhero. Okay. So first I want to talk about the first one that came out was Black Lightning. It aired. This is the first season of Black Lightning.
Right.
Now, I just want to say this because it's always a battle in the house when it comes to these Marvel and DC characters and these storylines. I watch these shows for the pure entertainment of it. I love the fact that they have these powers and that they're doing great things. Even the guys who don't do great things, they just use their power for whatever. I just love the fact that they're powerful, because I want to be a superhero. So I just like it. So I don't get all twisted into the details of Marvel comics and following the actual storyline. So when you hear my commentary, just know I'm invested in a different way than these diehard. Like, are you diehard, honey? I think
I'm a diehard.
so. You know all the storylines of all these characters.
Some of them.
So what's the story? So what's the storyline behind Black Lightning? Because one of the things we were all tussling about was the fact that he was older.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure. I got to call my son on Black Lightning, but I think he told me something like Black Lightning is the guy that trained or taught, and I've seen a cartoon or something with Black Lightning before, but I think he's the one that trained Static Shock. Mm-hmm. Static Shock's a teenage boy. They got electrical powers.
Okay.
And superhero. So I heard Black Lightning was like his mentor at some point.
So Black Lightning is kind of, he's older.
Supposed to have been a hero for a while, I guess.
Right.
In, I guess, the hood or what Harlem was. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to that. So Black Lightning seems to be a local neighborhood hero. He doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, it's just like Luke Cage.
Right.
Just like who else is that? It's like a
Arrow.
Arrow. Well, Arrow had a bigger perimeter. He's like had a city.
Yeah, he kind of because like Superman is like Metropolis, but he do move around.
Right.
Batman to Gotham, stuff like that.
Right. And then there's some like Harlem, which is part of it.
So tell me something
Hell's
though.
Kitchen, stuff
So
like that.
why is it even Luke Cage, now that you mentioned him, and Black Lightning, why are they in the hood? Why are they? I'm feeling some type of way about.
No, I don't feel no way because they got Daredevil that was like Hell's Kitchen. They got some that are like. It's like tiers of superheroes.
So why they don't put Arrow in the hood or
they got tiers of superheroes. So you got like the big superheroes like the Avengers, like
so
Thor,
Superman can't go to Harlem, Thor can't go to Harlem.
They can, they do. They actually do things with these guys, but the crime tier, like Spider-Man is your favorite neighborhood Spider-Man, but he was a small local guy.
I don't see him in the projects.
But he became a city hero. He became like
I don't see him, Superman, Thor, what's my Iron Man? The Hulk. I don't even see Hulk.
Those are high tiers. Those are the top tiers.
What the hell is that got to do with anything?
They're the top tiers. They protected the world.
So they can't go to the projects.
Yeah, they do go to the projects. That's part of the world.
We just don't see it.
No, that's part of the world. They be fighting in cities somewhere,
Okay, let me just. I'm just going off on a tangent, but still, so Black Lightning is in a. He's in the hood. He's in the area. I forgot what area he's in. I gotta look it up. I'm sorry, I don't have my facts with me, but he's in the hood. I actually like the show in general, but we got to having some discussions because one of the things you noticed that he was dealing with a lot of black on black crime. You feel like it was sending different messages. The black on black crime.
I didn't mind the black on black. I think that's good.
You said something about the being in the hood and
I had an issue
and gang members and
I had an issue with the over sexualization. That's what my issue was.
Okay, yeah, we did talk about that. Was the other thing was the fact that his daughter is openly gay in the show.
Yeah, that's. But I've seen that in other shows, other comic shows.
Like what?
Like in what's Supergirl?
So they're having actual sex. I haven't seen the episode.
That's the thing I'm talking about. They actually was having a sex scene in this darn show with this with the daughter in the Black Lightning show, and I was just like, this is recently maybe a college student, and they're showing a sex scene.
No. She's actually a teacher at the school. He's a principal, and she's one of the teachers at the school.
She just got out of college. Maybe. Okay.
And she's an activist. She does, civil rights
but
stuff.
My thing is, they were actually, it was like, to me, it was over sexual. It was like, they had her walking around in her t-shirt and her underwear. And you like.
And you're right, I don't see that.
Dude, this is primetime TV. Kids watching this.
Wait a minute. Kids watch a lot of stuff.
And
this type of sexualization
is a superhero show. So, of course, it's going to like. And then they push it. What? Okay. First of all, why do they have a gay? And it ain't a gay issue, but why do they even have any type of sexual preference for kids to watch? Most of the shows be for kids. These type of shows, they shouldn't even have a sexual preference. all you should have is just this is the superhero saving the day. It shouldn't be all of that other stuff. Maybe I'm thinking it too hard in it, but my thing is, you're gonna watch a show like that. You know, kids gonna watch it. You know, the audience, most of the audience like that's gonna be aimed at kids. I'm a big kid, of course, but but I'm just saying.
I definitely think I think it's okay to show. I think it's okay that they show that his daughter is openly gay.
You can say
I don't have a problem with
is.
that, but I did have a problem with this. I'm like, how's that even relevant?
Yeah,
because they could have showed the issues between her and the girlfriend without them being in the bedroom.
Exactly.
I agree.
And that I feel like they over sexualize the black shows like that. Where
in general,
that's all we are. That's how we think of each other. We don't have
because you know Luke Cage that was a very sexualized.
But that was a Netflix show.
So you saying it because it's on prime time?
It's on prime time. It's on a network channel.
A network channel. CW, I think. Is it CW?
Yeah, it was a network channel. Okay. So I had a problem with that. I'm like, you don't have to do that to get our attention. So
was it irrelevant?
It was irrelevant, basically. I just think it's over sexualizing the kids. That's young girls, and then we have a problem with our girls getting out there doing stuff already because they're being pushed. Not just a regular, let's just say white teenage girl, but it's even more so with us. They push it harder on us, and I think that's my point. That's the point I was having. But anyway, let's go to the next thing.
Okay, it's another part of Black Lightning, which we had a conversation about, is the rebellious young daughter who is always keeping her parents on her toes.
That's all kids, though.
Yes, but what we were stuck on was when she came downstairs and said, "Hey, I'm having sex with my boyfriend this weekend."
Oh, yeah, that's unrealistic. Yeah, she just came out just to tweak her parents to let them know she's going to be having sex this weekend.
And sit down to dinner.
And Ashley's going to tell them when they say, talk to me first, nobody wants you to talk to them. They want to be able to tell you so we can talk you out of it. That's what it is.
But what's so funny was they never tried to talk her out of it.
I don't think they knew what to do.
I think the dad was kind of struck, but the mother was like, well, at least she's talking to us and at least she knows about protection. But is it realistic? If your daughter, okay, she's in college now, but she's a high school student. If she sat down to dinner, Dad, Mom, I want to have sex with my boyfriend this weekend. We just, we in love.
I would be like, look, girl, you better shut up.
And then the fact they didn't even try to do anything to deter her. That's the thing. They never tried to do anything to deter her or to try to convince her or try to understand why that weekend.
Yeah, I if my daughter came at me like that, I would actually be like a little shocked like they were, but I would probably honestly just say, look, don't tell me. I don't want to even know this stuff. Like, I'd rather you do that. To me, I think people come to themselves or come to a certain age. I've already taught you to wait. So me telling you before you do that, I've already know what I told my kids was to wait.
So what type of message, Justin, do you think this is sending to? Again, this is a TV show that is geared to young people, and they are making it seem like you talk to your parents and it's okay. As long as you talk to your parents, it's okay to have sex outside of marriage or have sex before you're ready or mature.
Okay, I'm just gonna be plain and simple. I know everybody's not a Christian. I know
that's not fair.
No, I know everybody's not a Christian.
Okay.
It's not that it's not fair. I'm trying to say something.
Well, say it.
I know everybody's not a Christian. I know everybody's not with a Muslim or have a certain faith, whatever it is. With people or even cultures, people have certain things that restrict them or that hold them back from doing certain things. But when you have a culture that is more circular culture, which basically where you have nothing holding you back, which is where they're trying to take America to more of a circular, you don't have a religions, you don't have things in your way. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, whatever. That's bad. That's why we're having some of the issues we're having with people messed up in the head, the bullying, the different things that's happening where people want to go shoot up a place and doing all. They so much. It's so much no structure, no humanizing, more caring about people. Whereas you saying, hey, don't do this. This is why, because it's better for you in the long run in your life. In the long run of your life, this is going to be better for you to wait, to do this, to do that. Not just rock out with your cock out, feel whatever you feel, whatever makes you feel good, to go and do it. That's part of the problems that we're having nowadays. Mm-hmm. And it's going in more and more direction. And when they show shows like this and they push it, to me, it's a pushing up on. They're pushing that up on your kids where you may want to raise your kids and teach your kids a certain thing. Now, I'm a big advocate of free speech. And I know you can turn the TV off and you can turn the channel. You can keep your kids and you can keep people from watching certain things. But at the same time, I would like to at least be notified. I don't know. They used to do something where they notify like PG. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do, even though
the ratings PG,
but it's
PG-13,
right.
rated R.
But rated R is like
PG-13. No,
like
it's like X-rated, sort of.
Rated R, no. It's rated R is actually like
mild porn.
Mild, because remember when we were kids, rated R was like, woo,
Benny Hill,
right?
Yeah.
You couldn't even watch rated R, but now it's like.
It's okay.
PG-13 is what our rated R used to be.
That's true.
Then, even like with some of these video games, and I mean, I'm not knocking none of this. I'm not saying people can't watch these shows. These shows can't be there. I'm just saying part of the problem is there's just a lot of promoting of bad, I would say bad behavior. Some other people say free behavior, just promoting of just liberally doing whatever you want to do behavior.
For me personally, I kind of, in general, like the idea that she was able to come to her parents so openly and talk about something that is so
that's
controversial. I do like that because, these kids, a lot of kids, not all kids, but a lot of kids these days take it upon themselves in a ignorant way and listen to their friends and listen to the boy or listen to the girl and make these decisions without even talking to an adult who could probably give them a better perspective. Yeah. So I definitely think I like the idea of her being able to come to her parents. Now, the way her parents responded was my issue. I don't necessarily know if dinner was probably the right time to have the conversation with her, or should she have had it in mixed company, especially with both parents? Because if you notice on the show, they parent sort of differently. The mother kind of lets the daughters be who they are. They're free-spirited. Let my girls live.
That's usually how it is.
And the father is more, he's a principal. He's more protective. He wants to keep his girls in a bubble, wants to keep them, a little bit more control.
That's the correct way.
More control over them. So I was expecting the dad to be, he addressed the young man and then addressed his daughter. He kind of put a little fear in the young man to say, I know what y'all planning.
Yeah, because we always think, as men, we always think that the dude, like my thing is the guy's a hunter. He going to go out and try to get it. And we always thinking, this dude done talk my daughter into it. And a lot of times it be the girls be the aggressor.
I need to go back and look and see if she was. I think it was. I'm not for sure. I need to go back and look because they was on a windowsill talking about it.
I think she was the aggressor.
I think she was. And usually the girls are the aggressor. But again, I
don't know. I learned I was a late bloomer in a lot of ways. I was like, my friends just talk about me. You slow, boy. What's wrong with you? I was like, what? I didn't even see that. I didn't even understand that.
Y'all play dumb, but y'all know. But I think for me personally, the way they reacted to her being so forthcoming was an issue for me because I felt like, first of all, went through my mind, are these black parents? Because first of all, somebody should have broke a glass, a lightning should have came out of his hand, something should have happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it was like, okay, you sure? All right, well, keep us posted. It was like kind of response to her, and she thought it was funny, Yeah,
because she tweak her parents. It's just
and they should be allowed to, like you say, express, but to pick, what you say, tweak.
Yeah, she just
picking with him.
Yeah.
But even though that was her plan.
It was the truth, but it was just the fact she liked to just.
Yeah, just to see, I'm putting what they gonna say, what they gonna do. They really gonna say something. They always told me to come talk to them about sex. Now I am that. What you gonna do? Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it.
I like the Black Lightning CW. I think it's a really good show. I love the characters in it. I think now the guy who plays Black Lightning, he doesn't seem like a superhero type to me, but
I think
his acting is, but just his look is not for me. Well, doesn't scream.
He's a excuse my voice. I don't know what's happening. He's a 45 plus year man, I guess, fighting 20 and 19-year-old kids, shooting them up with lightning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, you beating up these kids now. I know they dangerous, right? But he just lighting them up, and I'm like, okay, So
if you haven't watched Black Lightning and are curious based on our conversation, definitely check it out. We did give away a few spoilers, but it's like the 4th or 5th episode now. Like so definitely a good storyline. There's more to it than what we're talking about. It's lot.
It's about a superhero that is protecting. He retired from being a superhero. Coming back. Yes. He actually has been protecting the hood. He's been trying to get to the kids as a principal and actually have the school. Right. So he's been saving lives in that way. But now this gang has gotten so big and so bad.
The 100 gang, I think they're called.
They done got so big and so bad that they are just boldly just doing more and more. And he has to go back into superhero mode.
And he has an Alfred.
Yes, to protect his children. That's what brought him back out.
Right. So, he has to protect his girls because they came in contact with some gang members. Yeah, so definitely check out Black Lightning. So another black superhero that is what everybody is talking about and which I'm so excited to talk about is Black Panther. Was it everything that you expected in the movie?
I actually liked Black Panther more than I thought I was going to. And I'm going to tell you, I know there's a lot of pro-black movement type of stuff out there. And I'm not always like, sometimes I'll be like, man, some people are just reaching more and more, I know me a little bit. I'm kind of like that. Like some of this stuff is just unnecessary. But this was a positive promotion it was positive in the fact that it was of Africa. It was a promoting of Africa, not just black people, not just Americans, because they brought it back to America too.
Right.
But in the different perspectives, whether one person's perspective as an American black, that he was actually that we need to be helping our people, black people, against the oppressors of the world. That was his perspective as a pro-black person, and he was a militant person, and he went to the military. He was gang member. He was everything. He did killings.
Who's talking about the brother, the cousin?
The
cousin that came to get his revenge.
Right.
Okay.
He was militant. So he was gangs. He went from gangs to the military.
He wasn't just militant. He was angry. Because.
But what I'm saying, he was militant in the fact that he wanted. He everything he was doing was for a purpose. So it was not just angry, but you have a drive. That anger drove, but he has a focus.
I think because he saw what he saw during his course of. His course of life, he had a focus because it originally originated. I'm jumping ahead because I haven't even started from where I felt my energy from, but Michael B. Jordan is so darn handsome, girls. He's so fine, ladies. He's so fine. But anyway, so for me, I felt like he took that course, not to say that he wouldn't have gone that route anyway, but he took everything he learned through his life. It was fueled by anger because he lost his father.
Right.
So
but
he had a perspective.
But what I'm getting at is he was militant in a way. Why I say that because he was not like low educated.
But he was ignorant though. He was ignorant in a way though.
He went to no. He went to the top schools. If you paid attention, he went to the top schools. He was in a gang, and he did commit murders because he started.
He was in the
himself.
Military. He was a.
He went to. Listen to me. He killed before he went to the military. He killed while he was in the military. He killed after the military. He had the kill marks on his body. So basically, he was very militant. And he was focused. He was not a dummy. He was educated.
He was
knew
educated.
his history.
He knew his history.
He knew everything, all that stuff. So his anger fueled a lot of what he's going at. Now, I like that because there's a lot of smart, intelligent black people that, if you look at it, they feel they gave that perspective, all of that perspective, through one person.
But everything that he learned and everything that what motivated him, he didn't do. He wasn't doing it in the best way to help the people that he wanted to help, because he actually was trying to destroy a people to help a people instead of trying to say, okay, y'all left me behind. But
so
he was an angry black man.
So the thing that I was trying to get at was that was the perspective of the American black, the one he was raised
American.
There, he was raised American, but he was an African, or half African. He was an African.
Yeah, he was half African.
So his father was from Wakanda, and now he was actually so heir to the throne. We know. I'm not gonna tell the story. I don't want to tell the movie. I'm trying to get around this without telling it. But then
just go watch the movie and come back to the podcast.
The African part of that thing was they didn't feel like he needed to be involved. They didn't want to help even outside of Wakanda. They just wanted to help Wakanda. I don't think
they did it to be mean-spirited.
No, they're just protecting themselves.
Right.
It was just all about, let's stay here. And they had so much, they had wealth because they didn't have to, they had wealth because they had the technology. It wasn't like they were spending money. They had wealth within themselves. You understand what I mean? What they had them such greater technology. They had nothing but wealth because they can build off of what they already had. They didn't have to use outside money, collateral, or anything like that. They didn't need to commerce with the world. They didn't have to, because if they would have started selling what they had, it would be, if they start selling what they had, which is that vibranium, people would come after them. They never let any vibranium. If it's vibranium, they went in and retrieved any vibranium. They would not let any,
because they knew how powerful it was. And I think a part of them protecting themselves was they thought they was protecting the outside world because vibranium was so powerful.
Right.
And they wasn't using vibranium to hurt people. They did help.
Right. They were wealthy.
They were wealthy and they helped certain.
But do you understand what I mean by?
I understand.
By the wealth?
Yeah, I do.
They didn't commerce with the world.
Right.
They technology was in their little bubble,
encapsulated,
right, and it was made them wealthy within themselves. They were able to feed. They can grow anything because of that.
And heal.
They can
was healing people,
so people didn't die fast. They lived long life. They lived rich inside their own. It was all a secret society. So I loved it. I mean, like that's bad. The Africans.
We need to go back and see this.
I don't want to see it.
We need to go back and see it. So for me personally, I didn't really have any expectations. I was aware of the hype, and because again, I'm not a comic book person, but I definitely enjoy Marvel and DC movies. I just love it. So I come from a different angle. And when I started seeing everybody's responses afterwards in terms of dressing in African attire, and they came back with these deep messages and what the messages in the movie was trying to radiate to the world about us all coming together, working together as blacks and whites and cultures united as one. I was like, damn, all I want is a spear, a vibranium spear. I'm just like, what the hell? I guess because I was so entranced by everything that they were doing. And I was, oh my gosh. Okay. This was a black, for me.
Oh, the girls were bad. Them girls.
These were empowered black, beautiful women. Yeah. It wasn't the stereotypical ghetto woman, baby daddy, baby mama drama. These were some strong, powerful women. They were black. They were culture. Beautiful. It was culture. I mean, they were so.
And we don't really, I'm just being real as African Americans, we black Americans, we don't really know that culture over there. We are not, I've said this before in the podcast, that we are not probably 100%. Most of us are not 100% black, African, but That is our dominant. That is our dominant culture. That is our dominant.
But just think about it though. Here in America, we're caught up on dark skin, light skin, and that it was just such a. It was the
parts of Africa is like that too, but it wasn't always like that.
It was a great representation of black femininity, black power, powerful black women, because it was the black women warriors who were actually protecting Wakanda. There was some bad women. Do you hear me?
No.
Let me. I let you
slow
speak.
down. The prince.
No.
The prince was the protector of Wakanda.
T'Challa. What's his name? T'Challa. He froze. He froze when he saw the girl. She didn't let her emotion stop her from saving them people. He froze and almost got somebody killed in the beginning of the movie. Remember the girl?
It was because the woman was distracting him.
Because he weak. But you know
he
what?
Was distracted.
She didn't freeze. And guess what? The warrior? She came in and she saved the day. Because
she froze because he was in love with the woman. We don't get
distracted by y'all mess, man. We stay focused. We handle our business. Let me tell you something. They were so powerful. Them girls was bad.
I see that.
We didn't even need.
I see that phone ain't distracted you at all. I believe you.
That's my sister messaging me on my it's coming through my MacBook. I don't know how to stop it. So y'all gonna hear some dings. It's my sister text messaging me through and it's coming through my MacBook.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all just so focused.
Anyway, so T'Challa to me now, Black Panther to me when he had on his outfit.
And then the sister's the one that created all the
sister
technology.
that was the real superhero. She was the superhero.
She bad.
And she saved the white man came, she saved his life twice. She saved him from the bullet wound, and she saved him while he was there in the country, in Wakanda. Yeah. I mean, that sister was bad, and I love the way they displayed, powerfulness. Power in terms of strength and power in terms of mental strength with these women. I mean, it was just wonderful, and the movie was a good. It was about racism, colonism. I got these words off an article I read. What's the other word? I had to look up colonism. I'm like, what is that? Racism, colonism, nationalism. I think and when I went back, and I think I want to see it again, and this time I'm going to look at the movie through a different lens because I was just purely entertained. I wanted to get up and with my spear, and honestly, if you wasn't into hair, I would shave my hair off and get a tattoo in my head because I'm telling you, I felt so powerful. I feel like I can do anything now.
Don't shave your head. I'm not trying. I know you're going to be a superhero.
I do want to be a superhero. First, I was like, Wonder Woman. I'm sorry. I want to be a Wakanda warrior now because, baby.
Man, if they drink that Wakanda juice, whatever that was,
I don't know. But back to the Michael B. Jordan character, I definitely see what you're saying about him. Let me go back to T'Challa first because we haven't talked about him, the Prince of Wakanda.
Yes.
I thought he was very powerful in his suit, but he kept getting his butt whooped.
He really wasn't getting whooped.
He got his butt whooped. Even the guy who tried to fight him for the throne the first time, the guy that looks like what's his name?
Teddy.
Looked like Teddy on Black Ink Crew.
Yeah.
I swear I thought that was Teddy.
I did too.
So even when he challenged him, he had a fight on his hands. And
but them was some great warriors. He was a great warrior, but
he didn't seem to display it.
Okay. And I don't know if you paid attention to this, and I'm gonna let you. Remember I told you that Wakanda juice or whatever that was they were drinking.
Right.
Okay. First of all,
that was vibranium that he was drinking.
Some plant.
Some plant that was grown, but
from the vibranium,
right?
Okay, now let me explain something to you. And I don't know if you paid attention to this. To become Prince, when they buried him, they had to drink it, and they had to be buried in the ground. That gave him that strength. He can run 60 miles an hour. He can pull himself, just jump on, leap over stuff like a cat. It gave him that kind of strength.
His first cousin came and whooped his butt. I mean, everybody was whooping his butt.
No, when he got on his knees and had to get ready to fight, he had to drink something to take it away from him.
Oh, to fight regular.
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, I missed that part.
That's what was happening. So they took it away from him.
So he could fight fair.
It'd be a fair fight. So he had to, remember they brought the plant to him?
Yeah, I remember that.
The other guy? And he was offering it to him just to go save. Mm-hmm. He said, no, he went to save the man. They gave it to him.
Right. I definitely like how his adversaries came to his rescue in the end, who actually saved him out of the water. Angela Bassett, she is so beautiful. Oh, my God, that's a beautiful
Bassett.
one. What did I say?
Bassett.
Angela Bassett. Oh, sorry, you got a crush on her?
You would think, Angela Bassett's bad.
She is.
She looks good. She's 50-something years old.
I'm telling you. do look good, but I kind of wish that she was fighting some kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, she's a queen. Okay, now come on.
Yeah, but her daughter could become queen. You know what I'm saying? So, and she ended up fighting a little bit too, you know. So, I don't know. I just love the movie. I loved everything it stood for. I just love these beautiful black women. I just cannot say that enough. And finally, we have a movie of a good representation of a black woman. Very positive representation of a black woman.
Everything in there was very positive. Even the bad guy had a very positive. Well, I mean, when I say positive, he was a warrior. So he was a mercenary. He became a mercenary. But the thing is, he was an intelligent, smart, skillful fighter that actually did serve in the country. He served that country.
Right. Did everything. But he went to the dark side. He killed the guy.
Became a mercenary. Yeah, but he had a reason. His whole agenda.
Because he wanted to prove he wanted to be the king of. He wanted to be the king of Wakanda. Right. That's where, for me, he lost my loyalty, because you did all that just to try to hurt the country where your dad loved you, because his dad loved Wakanda even in the end. Right. You know, so you trying to hurt the very people that your father loved. So but I know he was angry because they took his father from him. Anyway, we can go on and on. There could be a whole podcast about Black Panther, because it was so much depth to that show. Ooh, podcasts I'm listening to. So I've been so busy. And again, I'll talk about that later, because I definitely have a health update I want to share with everybody that I knew nothing about, but we'll get to that on another podcast. Podcast I listened to, Spill Tea. It was a good podcast, but one thing that stood out for me, because we've dealt with this in our family personally, because this is our second marriage together. So your second marriage, my third marriage, and we brought kids together, blended family, and so one of the things we've dealt with was family members remaining friends with our exes. And so they were talking about this on the podcast. So I know I've dealt with that with you, with your family continuing to be friendly with your ex, and rightfully so, because you have kids, and you continuing to be friendly with your ex's family, which was a little uncomfortable for me. I didn't understand. And then I got my sister-in-law, who's, when I go to her events, I mean, it's like ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands. It's a kumbaya of exes, and it's weird. So what are your thoughts on that?
Is that the question?
Yeah, about family remaining friends with your ex.
I think it's fine as long as, I mean, people, you build relationships. You have personal relationships with people outside of that one relationship. Just because you're in that one relationship, that means you got to stop being friends with everybody else that you know through that person or by that person.
Yeah.
That's not sensible, and it's not really reasonable. Now, you can reduce your contact in your relationship.
Set some boundaries.
Yeah, you have to set some boundaries. You know,
out of respect for the new person in their life.
That's just it. You know, you have to set some boundaries, because not everybody is like that.
I know for me, with you continue to remain friendly. Like, well, that's my kid's grandmother. That's my kid's uncle. But I definitely thought the boundaries weren't set. And I felt, and for me, it felt a little uncomfortable, because I didn't understand it.
Well, I didn't understand. It was new to me too, so it probably wasn't all set. But it was a new situation for me. But I think now, me, hindsight looking back, I probably should have set a little bit more boundaries with people. But because I do realize that loyalty do lie with your blood. You know, loyalty lies there in certain areas. And when me and you, when you didn't understand, I didn't try to really make you understand. I was
you take it or leave it.
I basically, people I know is like, I'm not trying to stop somebody from being your friend or contact you. I mean, I don't know that about you. I don't know that part of your life. So, like, if it was somebody of course you're in a whole other city, but if I was in another city, I wouldn't know who's who, because I don't really think I'm intrusive like that. I may be, but I don't think I am. So
because you never really had to deal with it. Because say hypothetically, you came to Florida where I was, where my kid's father was, and even though me and him went our separate ways, I was still friendly with my ex-mother-in-law, their uncles and aunts, the grandmothers, and
I don't think they brought him.
You don't think so? Because I actually went to a Christmas dinner, Christmas breakfast. I was all involved because I loved you, so I knew it was important for you because you was trying to make it important for you. You wanted your kids to see something healthy,
right? And
for me, I didn't necessarily understand it why we have to get that involved to show healthy relationships with other people.
You don't, but I think it's more of a mindset. I didn't come from abuse. My relationship with my ex was not abusive. It wasn't a fighting relationship. Right. It wasn't an angry relationship.
Right.
It was some sadness in it.
Right.
But it wasn't like that.
Nothing that could tear the family apart.
Right. I didn't have negatives with anybody over there. Everybody pretty much liked me, or grew to like me. Mm-hmm. Because in the beginning it was a little rocky, rugged in the beginning. But that's not like that. Seemed like with me, with any person I get with.
I have to say I wasn't comfortable because of the nature of y'all relationship, because I was like, he should be like this with my family and my family alone. But as I was in their company, I felt like family. It was the weirdest thing. I wanted to be there, but I didn't want to be there, because they were so kind, so nice.
Yeah.
And even though your ex was there with her new partner and you was there with me and all the kids was there, everybody got along wonderfully. We ate, we fellowshiped, we had a really good time. But I had never in my life that I could think of, because my mother never did go around my dad and his new wife or vice versa. So I was never
my mama don't do that stuff either.
And honestly,
but my mama keep relationships. So she had her own relationships with my grandparents and
right,
and
with your father's parents,
right?
Okay,
and with their siblings, she had relationships with them, but my mother don't believe in a lot of that.
Because she was like, what
but
you doing?
But my mama is also territorial. So
right.
What I mean is,
my mother is too.
So right. It's like, you're mine. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not sharing you with them. You come over here and sit down, and you
right.
better not speak.
Right. That's how she is. So.
Not her person. I'm just saying.
But no, I know that. Right. So that they like that with their family. They territorial. My mother's
territorial too.
She's like, you got family. Mm-hmm. This is you right.
And it's so funny because I used to always talk about Jada and Will Pinkett-Smith and Bruce Willis and his family, because they were all intermingled like that, because they had those same type of.
Yeah, but they just did.
But what I'm saying is they did the same thing. I could never understand, like, oh wow, I was so in awe. So when I came here to Texas, because I had never seen it in my personal life, and I saw it with Michelle's family, I'm like, who is that? Oh, that's my mama ex. Yeah, and and they used to go, and that's my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, what? I'm just like, who? What? And she said, she told me point blank, she said, there's no sense in me being mad at my exes, because my family is always going to invite them around because they have their own relationship. So there's no sense in me being mad, because she said, I never see my family. Yeah. So when she broke up, she never, I guess, to my knowledge, I don't think she ever broke up with anybody on bad terms. But for me, maybe it was the men I was dating. I don't know. I was cordial with people, but because it was such a you left y'all. You said sadness. Mine was anger. So I separated differently.
You're emotional.
I'm not emotional.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I am emotional. So what does that got to do with anything? What the hell does that got to do with this?
So that's how you end up breaking up.
Because I'm emotional. Because I'm emotional.
Yeah.
And we was broken up.
Well, no, the guys you were with is emotional too.
Oh, look at you! Look at you.
When I say emotional, I ain't gonna say that.
Okay, yeah. Because don't get me to dropping tea.
Yeah.
Shoot. But anyway, so I thought it was weird, and it was different. And I can't say that I wouldn't do it again. I know all the dynamics of all of us have changed now since the kids have gotten older and things have happened. But definitely during that period of time, it was definitely an adjustment for me. So I think, and I agree with you, I think for the overall benefit of the kids, if two families can remain a family outside of the differences and the breakup, I think that's a good thing, because that way the kids see a positive situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Anonymous T, let's finish this off. So, I got another email from an anonymous person. They said, I need some feedback. You ready?
I'm ready.
I need your conservative wisdom.
Okay.
All right. My daughter is 22 years old. She still lives at home with me. She has a full-time job and a full-time college student. She's very respectful and doesn't do a lot. Her boyfriend of 2 years texts me today and asks, Hi, Miss M. I had some things I wanted to do for C for Valentine's Day. And I wanted to get your approval first. Now, this is a late email because, we've been doing my podcast anyway. I'm like, okay. Well, that night I wanted to surprise her with a decorated hotel room. Look like balloons and roses, like really decorated, and surprise her. I know how you feel about hotels and stuff. That's why I'm asking. I wanted to say, fuck no. I'm not giving you permission to have sex with my child all night.
Just for a little while.
Yeah. My reply was, thanks for asking. She good, because I was like, Ninja, what? Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Just make sure it's a 4 or 5-star hotel, not a Scottish Inn or Motel 6. You guys are young adults. I just ask that you are careful, respectful, and responsible. She's a queen. Treat her as such. His reply, I always do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now she's asking us, what would you do? I'm stressed and I need a nerve pill. Now be mindful of your reply. I am part of this group and will give you the business if you get out of line. Shit, just be honest. I think I might text him back and say no. Oh, I'm going to let you go first on this piece of thing.
Now, the daughter is how old?
22.
And where she live?
With her mama.
And she's in college?
Yes, she is.
Well, I guess you can expect it, but that's where it go back to where people. I know she didn't say, daughter, you old enough to do whatever. I know she probably feels like, hey, I know when I was that age, I had already had a child. I think I had my son at 24, but I was active. I was sexually active. So I can't say that it's not going to happen. You pretty much an adult. You just can't take care of yourself fully at that time. So, which means you're not an adult. But as far as the age, I mean, I guess so. Your body is ready. So, this is a hard one.
It is.
I don't know if I would be comfortable with that. Somebody asked me. I would probably said, I don't think I'm the one you want to ask this to. I'm sorry. Don't discuss this with me. I don't need to know all of this. Because
first of all,
I would have just pushed it away.
How can I have a grown? She's 25. She lives on her own. But if she was living with me, even if she was 25 or 22 or whatever,
I don't want to know.
How I would feel some type of way if your boyfriend came to me talking about decorating a hotel, helping him pick out a hotel.
Yeah,
he would get cussed the fuck out. Because first of all, you've made it way too comfortable for him to be able to come to you that way in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. I would have told
Don't
him,
come to me with that. Because even though I know in my mind as a parent that you all are having sex, don't make me a part of the process.
I think we're saying the same thing.
We're saying the same thing, but I'm coming with with my vibranium spear.
You don't sound like you'll be nice with it.
I'm not gonna be nice. She good to my I appreciate you asking me. First of all,
I don't appreciate it. You offended me asking me.
I'm quite offended. I think this is disrespectful.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
We wouldn't have a type of relationship where you can come at me like that. We're not playing those games.
And like she said, they're young adults, but actually, I would have been like, look, don't ever approach me with I mean, because I don't think I would have said it as mean as you. Because he's coming to me nicely.
Nice? That's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, but he doesn't know he's disrespectful. So you have to let him know
maybe I said it a nice way. Ninja?
Yeah,
that's disrespectful, and I feel you're stepping over some boundaries. Because at the end of the day, I'm still her mother. You
wouldn't be nice.
Even though she grown, I'm still her mother. Don't come at me like that. Even if it was my the other way around with my son, don't come at me like that. Because first of all, again, I'm not. Even though I know y'all having sex, I'm not participating in that.
Right.
And that's something
Don't include me in your.
now, if you want to buy, ask me what teddy bear, what kind of candy,
Right.
that's something different. But because I grew up in the era of, or in the way of my grandmother, she knew my boyfriends and she darn sure knew I was having sex. But guess what? When I came to town, if you ain't married, you ain't sleeping in my house.
Yep.
And if you want to produce stuff outside of marriage, you do it somewhere else. So if I did do that, which I didn't because I respected my grandmother, I would go to a hotel. You know, some things and as a young man, you don't go to somebody. So somewhere in that relationship it's broken and no boundaries are set because he feels as if because we have a good relationship, I can talk to you about this. No, boo-boo.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, we're not doing this. And I'm damn sure not telling you where the best spots to go to because 9 times out of 10, they're my spots. And me and my husband go there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
what you talking about?
She told him where to go, get a 5-star hotel. Just don't go.
She was trying.
She say don't go to the Scottish Inn or Motel 6.
She was trying to discourage him by making him spend more money. I think that's my thought that she was doing. Like
what?
5 stars.
She trying to make sure her daughter don't bring home bed bugs. That's what she trying to do.
Nah, I think 5 stars gonna cost you what? $300, $200.
Not necessarily. Just depends on the hotel chain.
On Valentine's Day.
Well,
$300-$400.
Yeah.
So I think she was trying to discourage him. That's my thoughts on it. But
I don't know.
I would have been offended, and I think that would have been something I would address in that way. Like, don't come at me with this. I don't think I'm the best person you need to be talking to about this. This is my daughter. I'd have been saying something that would have let him know I didn't appreciate it. I would have been as rude as you. I think you would have came in. I would
have verbally dragged his ass all up and down that text message and phone call because where did the breakdown come where you feel like you could come and talk to me about my daughter about sex? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a conversation between me and my daughter if she chooses to share that with me. Yeah. Now suppose
if that was a wife, a husband, or something like that.
That's a little different. Yeah. Now suppose we don't discuss sex and she don't let me know that she's having sex or what she does. Now you have probably overstepped the boundary. It could go so many ways because she may not have that type of relationship with her daughter.
Imagine my daughter or child doing stuff. Oh my goodness. No, that's not that. Just imagine them doing things that you go do in a hotel room. You just
But again, she's 22. She's a college student.
I don't want to know that.
And you don't allow her sleeping in your house. What do you think they're doing? Where do you think they're doing at? His house, his mama's house, the hotel. So you know they're doing it.
And that's why you don't let kids do it in your house anyway, because it needs to be an uncomfortable situation where they got to spend money to
and
do
then
something.
She says she's a queen. Treat her as such. He's talking about I always do. Like he taking care of business. Now, I'm mad now. It's like, I don't know what she meant by that, but the fact that he responded, I always do, as if I make sure I take care of her. And we talking about sex at a hotel? Oh my gosh, I'm so angry. I ain't got shit to do with this, and I'm mad as I don't know what.
Yeah, I think you're
Let me tell you something, girlfriend, Miss M. You should have cussed him out. Now, Larry said you should have took a different approach and said the same thing, just in a nicer way. But you definitely could have put that young man in his place and let him know how inappropriate it was for him to even step to you about setting up a romantic night like that with your daughter. Because a queen preserves herself. Now, they've been together for 2 years, but definitely if you want to treat her like a queen, you don't decorate no hotel room. You take her to a nice dinner, buy her a nice gift, show her a nice evening, and if that's where the night ends, that's their personal business. But to off the rip decorate a hotel, I don't see anything about dinner.
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't see.
Like if that is the thing.
And I'm being shit. I am being honest. You should have verbally drug his behind. And I hope you have a conversation with him after the fact and just let him know you feel some type, because it's not too late. You still can let him know, look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you feeling like you can come to me and talk to me, but at the end of the day, that's still my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Right. And those type of conversations are not meant between a boyfriend and a parent. It's meant between, so hopefully we shed some light on that situation and gave you some honest feedback, because I'm hot thinking about this, because it's mostly been my son's girlfriends who overstep boundaries. And I get jiggy with it when they come to me with stuff, and I've had to block people just to control myself. So they won't get the raw part of Monroe, because I don't play when it comes to kids, because I'm not your friend. I'm not your girlfriend's friend or your boyfriend's friend. I'm not none of y'all friends, so don't do me like that. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. And once again, don't forget the giveaway. Check out my Facebook group, Tea with Monroe, the podcast, to be a part of the giveaway, to help celebrate my first podversary for my podcast. And yeah. All right. Okay. Subscribe. It's called Apple Podcasts. I had no idea. I'm saying to my iTunes, but it's Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher Radio. So definitely check me out. Follow me, subscribe, leave a comment, give me some feedback. And if you have an anonymous tea letter that you want to send to me, teawithmonroe@gmail.com. All right. And I'm out. I appreciate everyone who is listening to the podcast today. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you would like for us to discuss in future episodes, email me at teawithmonroe@gmail.com. You can also contact me on my DM, via Facebook, and Twitter at teawithmonroe, or on Instagram under Monroe Bishop. Thank you, and everyone have a blessed day. Bye.